As we get ready for Game 2, James, what has this year been like for you? You've seen a lot of teams in your 10 years.
It's been a lot of fun. You know, I'm a big believer that to have success at this level in this league, you have to have a healthy mix of young guys and old guys and Latin players, American players, and this team has it all. Like, it's unbelievable. We talk about it all the time, the veterans. We talk about how, like, there's not one guy on this team that nobody likes. Everyone likes each other. Everyone pulls for each other. You know, it's one of those things where you have such a healthy mix of young players and old players and guys with energy and guys that, I mean, it's just a great clubhouse.
Have you ever had a clubhouse that compares to this one?
I've never had one like this. Like, seriously, everyone loves each other. Like, it's the coolest thing to be a part of. Guys come from all over the world, and, like, I mean, we talk about how it's like you're brothers, but we're like brothers and best friends. Like, guys run their mouths to each other, and it's funny. No one gets upset. Guys give each other a hard time and give it back to each other. Like, young players talk trash to old players talk trash to young guys. Like, it's just a very healthy mix of players.
Now, I like this the other night. You were talking with Brett Hollander, and you said part of it is knowing your job. We know everybody goes out there and does their job, but what is that extra step of knowing your spot?
I think it's just one of those things where the goal is to win. And when you know your job today may be to drive a guy in with runners in scoring position. Tomorrow it may be to bunt him over and pass it on to the next guy. And that's something we've preached to each other, is getting the passing the baton to the next guy. And that's what you're seeing from this team is it's not just one or two guys. It's coming through in the clutch. It's a different guy every night. And when you have that trust and you're pulling for each other the way that this team pulls for each other, you're seeing the success that you can have.
Your defensive prowess has never really been underrated, but take me through last night watching, trying to stay on top of the play, and you've got Harper charging in on you.
Well, I mean, the credit first and foremost goes to Cowser for getting the ball in quick. Harper is running on the pitch. It's a 3-2 pitch. Cowser comes up with a good throw to Mateo. Mateo comes up throwing, and it's a do-or-die tag at the plate, and thankfully, it worked out in our favor.
So this team's moving forward. What is it like keeping it together? It feels like every game is a one-run game. I mean, how do you keep your cool, but you also know you've got to stay on top of things? Yeah,
I think it goes back to the mindset of passing the baton to the next guy. Cano and Bautista had thrown 3 out of 4 days, so last night you saw two different guys step up. Perez getting a save in a one-run game, but we all trust each other. There's not any doubt. It doesn't matter who's got the bat, doesn't matter who's on the mound. We trust each other. We pull for each other. I just can't speak enough to that healthy mix of guys that just love each other.
I heard the Tooth Fairy made a visit last night.
The Tooth Fairy did come to Philly to visit one of my kids, yeah.
All right, well, hopefully they're just as happy as you will be later tonight after this one. James, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely, anytime.